After losing his father, Chinedu started working with a mechanic as an apprentice. That was almost a year ago, and he was now 16. He lived in a bungalow with his mother and younger sister, Uju. Uju started hawking fruits after their father passed, but stopped and returned to school when Chinedu became a mechanic's apprentice. His mother had a store at the local market where she sold vegetables. Chinedu and Uju got jobs to help their mother because their father incurred debts and didn't tell his family. They only found out when debt collectors almost locked them out of their house. He found it hard to balance work and school when he started preparing for his senior secondary certification examination. The mechanic, Mr. Chima, allowed Chinedu to only work on weekends when he was preparing for exams, and would stop work completely during the month of the exams. When his exams are finished, he restarts normal full-time work with Mr. Chima. At school, Chinedu was always in the top 3, oscillating between ranks depending on how much work he took on. He was also the assistant head boy, after turning down the head boy position so he could have time for his work with Mr. Chima. Everyone in the village, including the teachers and students, adored him. He had written JAMB earlier that year, and the results were out. He excelled in both his JAMB and WAEC, but decided to differ. He said he wouldn't be writing the school's entrance exam. When his class teacher overheard Chinedu tell a friend, he told the principal, who asked to see him immediately. "I heard you want to leave your university education," the man asked, his brows furrowed. "Yes, sir, but it will only be for 1 year. My mother cannot afford to send me to school now," Chinedu replied. The principal narrowed his gaze, so Chinedu felt the need to say more. "It will only be for a year, sir. I'll be able to save enough money if I was working." He then nodded in understanding and told him to get back to class. After Chinedu left his office, he had a moment to think and asked his secretary to organize a staff meeting with the teacher and made a phone call to the school proprietor. During the meeting, he tabled Chinedu and a few other similar students' issues, focusing on how to resolve that situation. He asked for suggestions about how they could be of assistance to those students. Chinedu and some of his classmates were ingenious, upstanding, and tenacious. He also brought up that they have been outstanding students academically and are sure to be treasured alumni. They made several decisions and came to a conclusion to announce it during the valedictory and graduation ceremony. At the end of the session, during the graduation ceremony, Chinedu was announced as the valedictorian of his set. He gave a most beautiful speech that thanked his teachers, honored his family, and inspired his fellow students. After prizes and honors had been awarded to respective recipients, the principal announced that he and some teachers had made the decision to sponsor Chinedu and 2 other students for the first 2 years of their university education. The 3 students were at the top of their departments: art, commerce, and science. Everyone cheered and applauded while Chinedu and the other recipients were congratulated. Chinedu and his family rejoiced on the way home and shared the good news with their neighbors. He also called Mr. Chima to inform him of the good news. Lecture started about 3 months later. He was in the Department of Electrical Engineering at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. After a semester at the University of Nsukka, Chinedu got a job. He reached out to his mother, Uju, Mr. Chima, and the community often, helping them whenever he could. In a year, they were able to pay off their debts. His mother upgraded her market stall to a shop elsewhere. When Chinedu graduated, he had several offers from different companies.